Welcome to a new market update, and today we're going to discuss Bitcoin that's bouncing up. Are we back in a bull cycle? What did happen yesterday, and what's the latest news on the cryptocurrency markets? All topics that we will be addressing today. And as you can see, still no camera, but tomorrow I'll be back in Amsterdam and then I'll be doing it with a camera. Still enjoying the time at my parents' place. But before we continue with the content, do not forget to subscribe beneath, like the YouTube update, and also do not forget to follow me on Twitter and Instagram, where I'm producing daily content on the markets. Looking at the price action for Bitcoin at this point, we can see that we've had a slight bounce, right? So we've witnessed the crash towards 42K yesterday. We've also seen a retest at 44 today, and we've discussed the crucial level that Bitcoin had to hold on to, which is between 43 and 44 and a half. Right now we do see a bounce, but the actual level to crack is around 46.5, and currently we are not doing it, but we see a temporary or potential bullish divergence on the markets here, implying that we could be seeing a reversal or at least continuation. More on that in a little bit, but before that, do not forget to check out the news, as the news also is regarding our crash yesterday. One of the reasons we started to fall fast in a fast manner is because price fell below 49k, and once that happened, every price or every altcoin started to crash heavily, and especially futures went way deeper than the spot price. For instance, the graph dropped to 64 cent, while the actual spot price came to 75. Aave dropped to 270 bucks, while the actual price on spot was $320. And that was partially or mostly due to exchanges failing. And what we can see here is that most or major US crypto exchanges have been seeing some issues yesterday. Coinbase, Kraken, Gemini, but also Binance has been seeing some serious issues. And Coinbase has also been tweeting that out yesterday. So one of the big reasons that we were going down yesterday heavily was the failure of exchanges of being capable of running through a big outlier like we've seen yesterday with all the traffic. And second, the over leveraged positions in thin order books causing a chain reaction across markets. And then you still have the DEXs, which did still work, but didn't work properly given the fact that gas fees have been shooting upwards heavily. Some DEXs did work fine, some exchanges did work fine, like for instance Bybit or FTX, and also Orion has been staying up relatively good. Means that if we are going to see more of those crashes in the coming period or in the coming year, the chances that a different exchange will start waking up, like FTX is doing more and more, but also Bybit is doing pretty decent, or Orion, I think they will be taking over. If you want to read some more about the yesterday's crash and why it has been such an overshot in the price action, or the volatility has increased heavily, I would definitely argue to check out Alameda Trabuco. He is aligned with FTX and also showing or posting a ton of content regarding the markets, and he explains it quite well if you want to learn some more. Yesterday was also an historical day in which we saw El Salvador accepting or introducing Bitcoin as a legal tender, through which people can be paying with Bitcoin in their country themselves. Still some bugs, but it's a great test case in which everyone is looking at that country to see whether it works or not. And when it's working, I think it will be just the first country taking over this entire concept of crypto, and then many will just follow suit, as there are many countries like El Salvador seeking for a solution for their own country's problems. Therefore, Panama came out yesterday. They are looking for more regulation on the markets, on crypto, but they're also seeking or hinting towards the potential Bitcoin legal tender that might be coming out, or might be possible during this year or at least next year, through which not only El Salvador is working with it, or Cuba, or Paraguay, but also Panama is hinting towards it. Then finally, we also had some negative news in which Brian Armstrong has stated that the SEC threatens to sue the Coinbase because they are giving interest over the USDCs. They've got the Coinbase Lend program that's up and coming, and they offer 4% annual yield returns on deposits of the USDC coin. And SEC concludes that this might be a security. Well, it actually is not, but it's an interesting topic to discuss because then, especially when you're using a coin that's pegged to the dollar and you're stating it's a security, what is the US dollar then if you're going to discuss that topic? So if I watch this or if I see this, I think it's just a signal from the SEC that they are aware of the fact that banks and the current financial system are getting towards an ending point, and that's why they just start to become negative about all those instruments through which this is one of those attacks towards crypto. So that's interesting to watch, especially when the regulations are kicking in. So when we're looking at the price action at this point, we can see that Bitcoin is not yet breaking through a very nice level here. So what are we seeking for after such a big crash? Well, I'll just get a clean chart going and then I'll try to explain what I mean by that. What we want to see, we've got this slight consolidation here on the lower time frames, another wick south, and then a bounce up in which we reject at 46.8. So we do get this potential bullish divergence, but in order to actually stand and keep continuing to the upwards momentum, you preferably want to see a potential higher low being structured. So with the markets, you want to see a higher low being made here at a 45k, but preferably you want to see it stay above 45.8 and actually flip this previous level for support, as then it can start targeting the other side of the range. Breaking out of that range, we most likely start accelerating towards 50k, as there's nothing in between. That is one of the scenarios that you're looking for. The second one is that we wipe this low once again, bounce back up and reclaim the previous level. It's pretty much the same as what we're looking for right now, but those setups are usually a sign for a reversal to be happening. In this case, you're going to look at a potential falling wedge structure, including a bullish divergence playing out through which we can be reversing the markets at this point. When we're looking at Bitcoin overall, 43 to 44 is a very important level to watch, and on the upside, to break the resistance 47 is significant. What's going to happen in the short term? Are we going to see mid 30s? That's all depending whether 43 to 44k is going to hold for Bitcoin. But overall, given the news, given the growth, given the network effect that's increasing, I think the way is still up for Bitcoin in this bull cycle. The question is, how low are we going to go, and when are we going to make that higher low or flip back bullish? I hope you have enjoyed this update. I'll be back tomorrow with the fresh new ones, and I will wish you a wonderful, wonderful evening.